Here today on this event, we've got an elite panel of speakers that will go on and brief you about how digitally people can express and to the audiences provide the message that they want to send. And on the panel of speakers that we have today, first up I'd like to call upon Mr. Badr Kushbu to take his seat on stage. He's from Google Pakistan, he's a country consultant, and he'll be speaking on Google tools for digital advertising in Google+. From Naseeb Networks, I'd like to call upon their CEO, Mr. Monis Rahman, who'll be speaking on online advertising trends and the local publisher perspective. From online media strategy, Media Mind, I'd like to call upon Mr. Hassan Khan. He's their online media strategist. He'll be speaking on building brands through rich media. I'd like to call upon Mr. Peter Lucas from the Jung Group. He's the Director of Marketing, Online and Out-of-Home Solutions. Also along with that, I'd like to call upon Mr. Farhan Mirza, who's the VP Marketing Strategic Alliances, and he'll be speaking on social media and advertising models and taking brands to the next level. And I will kick off today's proceeding by just giving you a slight overview on the digital environment here in Pakistan. My name is Mohammad Muaz bin Shehbaz. I'm the Regional Head of Sales and Marketing for Rosie.pk. If you could expand this. In the world, the third largest in Asia. And along with that, one of the most key features that needs to be highlighted here is the fact that we're producing 10,000 computer engineers every year. And along with this, we have 0.4 million university graduates that roll out every year into the market. So along with this, I was looking after some statistics as far as our literacy rate are concerned. It was 49.5%, and these were people who could actually go on and write something, which was declared by the Education Commission here in Pakistan. Just a slight brief on the estimated age structure here in Pakistan, and 36.7% of us belong to the age group of age segment of 0 to 14. The rest, 15 to 64, is 69.1%, and the later part, 65 years and above, is only 4.2%. The internet in Pakistan has been available since the early 1990s, and when it kicked off, only 0.1% of the total population was able to access the internet, where only 133,000 users that were accessing internet. By 2006, this had grown to an immense 12 million user rate, with 7.2% of the total population. And by 2010, it's now being said that we've reached a height of 18.5 million, which is constituting somewhere around to 10.4% of the total population. Just a statistic that came through, and I thought I should project here. As far as the Asian market is concerned, we're currently placed at number 7 as far as the user rate is concerned. And by 2013, it is said that we'll be reaching a mark of 22 million users, with out of them, 4.3 would be using a DSL connection. According to the ISPARC, which is the Internet Service Provider Committee here in Pakistan organization, it depicts that currently there are 10 million internet users in Pakistan, and the broadband users are almost constituting 1 million, out of which DSL, WiMAX and EVO is various mediums of reaching to that 1.1 million that I'm talking about. According to, these figures were far more different when I searched on the internet at various other platforms. Google was quoting 18.5, which we just earlier discussed. CIA said there was somewhere around 20 million, and as far as the World Bank is concerned, it was also saying that it was at 18.5 million that the users that are connecting to the internet here in Pakistan. So this environment, the digital environment in Pakistan, constitutes of a lot of agents, and amongst those agents there are key players, there are areas which I need to share, and every single one of our people that are here on stage are now depicting or would be talking about a particular segment of this environment that we have. We have the business brands, which a lot of people from the audiences are here from. A lot of brands and a lot of brand managers, a lot of digital managers, a lot of digital strategists are sitting here who are trying to take their brand to the next level. Then we have the consultants and the agencies that are trying to propagate that message across, and they're trying to help strategize. Then you have the different various pricing models that I can share with you people. Slightly I'll give you a brief, but once we'll have the rest of the people coming on, especially Mr. Farhan will go on and talk about that. And then the advertiser creatives, where Hassan will come in and we'll give you a brief on how rich media is the next level and the next way to go about portraying your brand. Then how and where is this target audience, population figure that I showed you earlier, where are they currently constituting, how are they being segmented, where are they present? the various platforms and tools for which both MediaMind and Google have a lot of products that can go on and be used probably, and the regulatory authority that is part of this entire environment. If you could move forward, please. So business and brands. Every now and then, brands and people try moving on and trying to get to the right users, getting to the right audience, pinpointing and somehow or the other making sure that their messages are being put across, the brand loyalty increases, and somehow or the other they try making sure that users have recursive buying or purchasing of their products. Few of the brands that stood out in the year 2010, 2011 are here on forth, and these are the brands that advertised not only on social media networks but also advertised on the local platforms as well. And I've depicted the pictures. If you could move forward, few of the ads or the ad campaigns that came through, which I want to share with you guys. Few of the brands that stood out tall in the year 2010, 2011. Then onwards, the second segment that really needs to be discussed is the digital agencies and consultants. What do these agencies and consultants really do is they help devise an internet marketing strategy. And via that marketing strategy, they help the brands and the businesses to advertise and display their ads to the right audience. They provide them client services. Somehow or the other, through search engine optimization and SEM, they try making sure that when people are going onto the internet and they're putting in this particular keyword and they're searching, the right search or the perfect match of that product with its user comes into display. Viral marketing is something that has ticked off really in the past 1 year or so, and a lot of viral campaigns have been going on over the internet. Another area which has been of a lot of interest is the right buying of digital media online, going online and buying the right areas, defining the right set of audience, segmenting it and trying to pinpoint where the audience exists. Then the pricing models. Over the internet, there are basically primarily three pricing models or three attributes via which pricing is usually made or is usually done. That is the impressions, the other is the click-throughs, and the third is the user action. Either by providing impressions, you can charge in case of CPM, which is mostly known as a method whereby once 1,000 impressions have been shown to the audience, a certain amount of charge or a fee is charged against that particular set of advertising model. As far as CPV is concerned, it's through the visitors that are coming onto that website, and every unique visitor enrolls a certain amount of fee against that particular ad campaign that's going on. CPC, which is more towards the AdWord side, which is more towards the search engine advertising, and CPC is also very effective on Facebook. We're going to go on and have a discussion on that. Then action-oriented costing of advertising is something that has resulted in providing people with leads and filling out form, trying to perform a certain particular action by a user is then gauged and then they're charged on that. CPL is another name that is given to that pricing model. The ad types and creatives. There's standard advertising, which you would have seen that JPEGs and Flash banners are shown everywhere. Other than that, the search engine advertising that we've already talked about, we'll hear more about that from Badr later on. Rich media advertising, which is now taking hold of the market and which is now the next way to make sure that your brand exists. And then there are various ad types which are floating, spanning ad types. There are overlays and pop-ups and pop-under video ads. A lot of the ad types nowadays, especially in rich media, are now users not only to give a message to their audience, but also to make sure that the video and audio is embedded within the advert. So whenever we've had over 10 million registrations of applications that have gone through. The majority of this audience is youth, and 80% of them are falling in the age bracket of 18 to 35. And I actually shared this spending with you. This was in the annual edition of 2010 Aurora, where the internet spend in Pakistan was brought up. Internet spend in 2009 was somewhere around 0.39 billion, and the internet spend in 2010 has been 0.42 billion. And out of this spend, only a 19% was shared by the local publishers, whereas the international publishers got 81% of this entire spend.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Maz, for the lovely presentation. Saving on the time because the iftar time can't change, so I'll be a little quick in my presentation. My quick introduction, as Maz has said, my name is Farhan Mirza and I'm representing Strategic Alliances, which is a digital media agency. And we basically represent our clients online, manage their online reputation, companies about their product, building up their online reputation, managing their online client relationship, and some of the services that we offer are at a high level, making a media strategy for them, designing and devising them how to spend the budgets, where to do reallocations, doing the media strategy, overall strategizing the social media thing, discussing with them the different analytics based on those analyses, how well are they performing, how quickly they need to change or how quickly they need to adapt to the changing trends, and then ultimately the community building. So this is what we are doing for our clients. To tell you a little depth about our services, the logos and everything are already self-explanatory, so again, cutting on the time, I'm not going into much detail about us. Also, we have a very effective marketing team and about 4 or 5 of them are present in the hall, so I'm sure that they'll be meeting different people. Shift in the way we interact and communicate. Perhaps with this audience, everybody agrees to this fact that social media is rightly called the dawn of a new era. What we have to understand that and a typical mistake that most of the marketing people do, that we try to take social also as an alternative medium, as a convention, as an natural extension to the other marketing medias, and we also think that we human beings like to talk, we like to share things, we like certain things, we don't like certain things, we share some things with our friends, we comment on certain things. So this is the predominant and underlying principle of the social media in itself as well. And this is a basic thing that we have to keep in our mind, that ultimately it's a behavioral thing. So we have to understand the human behavior while we are doing anything related to the social media. The simple principle or the simplest funda that explains this thing is that everything you do needs to be worth talking about. So if you're doing something which is worth talking about, you're already doing pretty good on the social thing. You just need to put it there, put it in the right mediums, and devise the right strategy for that. But the most important underlying funda I would like to mention here about the social media is that everything you do needs to be worth talking about. I won't be going into too much detail about the numbers because I believe other speakers and brother would be talking about this thing, but just to take a start of some of the next points, perhaps a slide which all of you have already seen. We've all seen the media revolution and social media revolution videos, talking about what a TV commercial or what another commercial is telling. And as per the 2009 data, 28% of the shoppers were influenced by the social media. And this figure has gone even higher, which I'll be showing in the next slides, by when we are coming to 2011, mid of the 2011. So this is 2009 data, and by 2011 this number has even gone. So people no longer have to rely on the one-way communication from the advertisers. Monologue is the old way. Now they're looking for a dialogue, the people need to communicate, people need to talk, and this is what the people are expecting. Especially the bigger generation, जिनकी investments पहले की हुई होती हैं, so they say कि यार please the time ज़ाया कर रहे हैं, इस पे कुछ नहीं होना, and the younger generation is more convinced. So only young people are on the social media, my customers are not there. So I'm not that sort of a company, so my customers are not there. This is the second myth that we see. Number 3, Facebook is for teens, Twitter is for men, and LinkedIn is for businessmen. So people many times draw their own boundaries and they say that this is my classification. So okay, this is my go area, this is my no-go area. So I'll only like to invest here, I'll only like to do some advertisement here, so tell me what we can do for here. So they just draw the classifications for themselves. The best measurement of social media success is your number of likes and followers. How many fans you have on your fan page? So I've seen many businessmen boasting about this thing. If they have social media, email marketing is dead. So we don't need to do any of the other conventional marketing. This has taken over completely, and this is the only continuous and rigorous activity, and you have to keep on pondering and doing a lot of other stuff. So just by making a Facebook fan page or just by making your online presence is no guarantee that your business is going to be positively affected by that. Social media can help my business in an impactful way. Seventh myth. So obviously I said that these are all the myths, so not true. So I'm not going into the details of that, we can talk about that later. So our competitors are already using it. So if you're not there, so perhaps you're getting it too. I'll walk there, sorry for the distraction because it keeps on having a different distance. So the first reason that we have is that your competitors are already using it. So, if you're not using it, you're perhaps leaving behind, you're being left out, you're leaving the wagon, so you better catch up before it gets too late. Even if you don't care about your competitors and you think that you're way ahead of your competitors, or you don't have any serious competitor right now, so at least I think you should be taking care of your customers. So you should be your customers. So the second biggest reason for using the social media. Number 5, you really do value innovation. A business which is not doing innovation, a business which is not keeping up with the latest trends, with the latest happenings in the industry, is also business goals. Number 2, making the social media strategy. Number 3, having a social media presence. And number 4, web and mobile presentation and presence of the organization. So these are the 4 steps of the strategy that you should be having while devising a good social media strategy. And this is how your managed social media should look like. On this point number 1, you can see that you are developing some value-added content. A value-added content is being developed, and after the value-added content is being developed, that is channelized and to different aspects. Once it is channelized to different aspects, different avenues of the social media, then you build your network and build your community around it and start engaging your consumers about that. So using then on Facebook that we are creating. And at this stage, we would also like to tell you about a model that we have developed at Strategic Alliances, which is called the AIM Plus model. Where we have different Facebook, we have a lot of Facebook population. So the first activity, the first type of application that we have related to A, that is the acquisition. So we have many in-house applications built where those applications are targeted toward acquiring of the fans. So from the whole population out there, you try to acquire fans. Once the fans are acquired, then moving to the I, then you keep them involved. Then some monetization part comes in where you have different gifts and different competitions going on, so the users have an interest there. And then the facilitation part comes in, which increases in the brand loyalty, brand customer retention, and good word marketing goes about that thing. Some of the sample apps that we already have in our showroom, in our catalog, that we're working on we work with different clients. Making the ROI visible. So what we did was that in this strategy, we first connected with the target audience. Once the target audience was connected, we tried to convert them into our potential customers. So the first step that we did was gathering a community by making the different 4-pronged strategy: Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. All of those things were there. We put some advertisement. Once you put the ads, you've already gathered a fan page where you get a lot of fans. You see. So the next question that comes in to many of the fans that fine, we have gathered fans, but what next? What do I do with this high number of fans? How to get it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I'm not clear about that. And to pick this is a typical type of fans growth chart. If you look at the analytics of Facebook, so this is what happens. That there's a growth in the thing, and then once the growth is going down, after some time the fan growth starts slowing. The dotted line shows what ideally it should have been. This is how the fan growth should continue, that it's going on an organic growth. So what we see at this point, advertisements stop. So what happens is that typically when you stop doing the advertisements, your fan growth also stops growing, and you don't get more fans. So what you need to do is to involve the gathered community. You need to involve the gathered community by different applications that you can see here. So that they keep on coming in, then you need to incentivize the target community so that they have an incentive of visiting your fan page again and again, and then facilitate the community so that any problems, any issues that they have, so the community is facilitated by the different applications that we have. Lastly, I'm wrapping it up my presentation. I'd love to quickly walk you over one of the real-life case study that we did with one of the biggest clients in Pakistan for the social media about Zone. So the basic underlying principle would actually either write something worth reading or do something worth writing about.